6:59 Friday. It's February 21st. 222 is tomorrow, Saturday, the 2nd of the 20th day. Not that it really matters with anything. It's just that's tomorrow's day, the date. The 23bypass is coming up. Does anybody know Rick Wiles and the True News channel? They got struck down. 3 strikes. So that channel's done. He's still a YouTube Planet agent, but just telling you that his channel's done. So they're going for those. Not Richie from Boston isn't shut down yet. AMTV. Those people had to stay up till basically the end. But that channel's been up for a long time, and it's now gone. So it's going to start getting even more serious with channel shutdowns and strikes and the 2-3 bypasses. So it's perfect timing, because from the 17th day of the second month, where the waters are abated, and then to the 27th day, the 27th day of the second month, that's when the earth will be dried. So this 2-3 bypass, I looked at my video yesterday. I just did. Man, I sure got a lot of thumbs down for making another prediction, huh? Oh well, what a shame. I'll keep making predictions until they all come right and true, or until my channel gets shut down and they don't want to hear the predictions anymore. But this 2-3 bypass, it's many aspects of what it means. Number 23, Michael Jordan, he's still alive, but spiritually he's dead, just like the rest of the snake race. They're all spiritually dead, and they're all attached to Jonathan Kleck over there. It's a shame some people can't see it, like on my channel. Certain individuals that work from the inside, you still can't even see that. Man, that's what makes it so much more sweeter. Like, it's bitter right now, but man, it's going to be sweet when the events actually happen. It's going to be bitter at that time too. It's going to be sweet and it's going to be bitter, because it's right now everything is, you can go wherever you want, you can do whatever you want. You can go to the movies if you wanted to. You can go to the store, pick up, you can get whatever you want to get. There's no restrictions. But that's what I want. I actually want restrictions. I want people to be restricted from the things that they normally could get, and they take advantage of the things, opportunities. Like, they don't take advantage of it in a good way, they just take it for granted type of an advantage. Like, always expecting, like when someone's always nice to you and they tell you the truth day in and day out, like myself, you take it for granted. You take advantage of it in the opposite direction. The reason you take advantage of it is because you don't appreciate it while it's there. Until it's gone, the writing's on the wall. I mean, Daniel tried telling old King Belshazzar, before he rang the bell, that time's up. Time's up. That's what the writing is on the wall. Time's up. But see, Kleck's he's no longer deceiving me. He's deceiving you. He's deceiving all of you. If you can't see that that guy has that authority, then you can't see it. And you will see it, but you can't see it. Don't worry, I won't hold any grudges. Because when you finally do see it, it's just vindication for me. It's redemption. It's all these months, these past couple years of like searching YouTube for answers. Who's responsible for what? It's 23 degrees. The rest of the week's going to be pretty nice. Temperatures getting up into the 50s, almost 60s. Here's how you know that this plan is from God and orchestrated 100%. Is because the shutdown, it's not happening in the dead winter where people will start to freeze to death, like elderly people, because they don't have any power, and they shut everything down. Because a lot of people are thinking that, me myself, that they would shut everything down New Year's Day, and then it's going to be a freezing ass cold winter. Nobody has heat. They're just leaving us hanging. But that's not the case. They're doing it at a point where right now, yeah, it's kind of cold, but it's the 21st of February. When March comes around and April showers gets here, it warms up. So shutting everything down during the end of the winter makes more sense, because new life springs up. So when the spring arrives, it's new life. When May 21st, 2020 gets here, the elite have been going by this May 21st date since Arrow Camping warned us. It's the same message. My message is the same one. Except for judgment has already come. And we're almost at the end point where everybody stands in shame. There's only few people that don't stand in shame. And a bunch of people that won't stand in shame are on this channel. But however, there's a bunch of other people on this channel that stands there shameful. The ones that are judging me right now for saying that. You guys. I love striking nerves. I love striking that thumb nerve. I love it. Because I don't care what you think when it comes to me setting predictions. Whether it's right or wrong, doesn't matter. Remember, this is my channel. This is my journal. This is my public journal. It's like a book trying to tell me what to write in it. If I had that journal and I'm writing in it, and it's like an AI journal, it's like, no, do not write that, Robin. Don't, no, you need to erase what you just wrote. It's like, go to hell, AI. Likewise, to anybody that doesn't like my predictions, you don't have to watch me. Oh no, I'm sorry. Yeah, you do. But you don't, I'm telling you don't have to watch me, but your boss is telling you something different. That's why you would like to control my content, but you can't. You never have been able to fully do it. People have had their say in it at points and times where it got up in my head. I'm thinking, oh man, I don't want to say that because people. But I'm realizing afterwards, well, people are people, so why should it be? Just let them be who they are with whatever it is that they say. This channel here, it's an open forum for the most part until you continually type in stupid comments like the John guy. I'll give you another chance, man. Just get out of here, clown. You're gonna be disrespectful to it's not even to me. When you're disrespectful to other subs of mine that have never given me any kind of a problem, whatever, you're a fool. You gotta go. You're that person that stands in shame. You are that person. And there's many of yous out there on my channel that You know, you're just a troll. What are you gonna do? I'm showing it to you, to everybody. I'm giving it to you. There is supposed to be a person on planet Earth that's supposed to be exposed for being exactly who Jonathan Kleck is claiming to be. I mean, if anybody understands Scripture, now they're playing it out, of course, they're playing out the end times prophecy, but if you understand, there's this person in the end, the fierce continents. He's supposed to understand dark, hidden sentences. What do you think Kleck is doing? He's supposed to have power over the control of the treasures. What do you think he has? He's talking all about this money situation again with the future bombings, folding up the cash. He's the one that came up with it. Before he came up with the idea of folding the money, he drew the artwork. Before you actually got it in print and patented, he drew the artwork with the intent to fold it up with his Pentagon, his 5-star way of folding it, and show you the bombings that were already orchestrated to take place, to set up the bombs in specific areas of those buildings as they practice their bombing skills and setting things up in the bomb squad over in Arizona, I believe it is, where they just like blow stuff up. Or maybe it's in Texas where Kleck is, who knows. But they have practice with it. Just like that NASCAR guy had practice with flipping over. They know that when you come to the last turn and you're going 200 miles an hour, they know that when you tap the back of a car, it's going to spin out. It's going to flip upside down, and it's going to continue to cross the finish line. So you make sure you have 8 people right behind that number 6 that's going to flip upside down to number 9, and you make sure the number 11 car is right behind the number 6 to flip it up to 9. That way number 11 can come in first, and then the number 6 can come in 9th. That way it can be the 9th and 11th. That is very well orchestrated, very well. Yes, that is orchestrated by the divine serpent on planet Earth. Yep. It's amazing how they do that, and how obvious it is, and how obvious it is that people can't see it. Remember, I'm not mad at you for not seeing it. I'm going to be thrilled to death when you do see it. But it's going to be bittersweet because there's going to be nothing but complete panic and chaos and destruction right here in Philadelphia. Philadelphia, 3 in a row. It's coming. It's on its way. The problem is you're just not patient enough to wait. 2616. I think they reeled me in with Kobe Bryant being on the 26th. However, that is the 26th, and the 16th is 3/16. It's John's birthday. He's already throwing people out of the airplane, he's telling you. He just did a 3-hour video. I'll listen to it while I'm at work. No big deal. Whatever. I'm in one spot today, putting cabinets together. IKEA. I have my heater, because there's no heat in the house. But there's no power in the house. But I have my heater and my cords, and I'll run my extension cord to the other house to get power and have the heat in one room. So I'll listen to him, see what else he has to say. I'll do the work for you guys. The best part about it is having these people on the other end trying to control my content. And you don't particularly like my predictions, and I got regular subs that you don't care for my prediction. You'd rather just hear whatever I'm saying minus the predictions. But this is that channel that won't stop doing the things that people prefer for me to stop, because my job from God is to continue on to make my predictions, to be wrong. It's not false, it's just wrong. A false prediction is something that you purposely predict knowing it's not going to happen because you have the script in your hand. That's a false prophet. You can have your prediction, your assumption of you can have your interpretation of what a false prophet is. I'll accept it. I'll accept the title of being a false prophet, because when the true prophecy comes around, you're just going to have to change your mind. That's it. It's not a big deal. I'm here. I'm going to be in the thick of it. I'm going to be right dead in the middle of it. Right in Philadelphia where it starts. I'm right outside of Philadelphia where I live, but I'm in Philadelphia every day. Well, at least 5 days a week. Right there in the heart of Philadelphia. From my work, I can literally jog to William Penn and get there in 10 minutes. If I drive, I can get there in 3 minutes. I can see the William Penn building clearly on the rooftop. I'll be able to see the smoke. I'll be able to see where the tower used to be and it fell over. That's the target, the William Penn building. It's also the target, the bank at 17th and JFK. It's on the back of a $50 bill. You can't see that. It's a rounded edge. It's the long rectangle windows, just like Kleck was talking about yesterday. Well, in the video that I was playing yesterday. Now, I do also take in consideration that some of the people that don't want me to talk about Kleck are tired of it. It's because that's your boss. You're trying to divert the attention from him, and I get it. But you don't know how much he is involved with Hollywood. Not everybody knows. It's a level. If you're a 32-degree Mason, well, I think you do know that he's involved with Hollywood because he promised you that you guys are going to worship those Hollywood actors when you go over to the Garden of Eden. And that's his bait to use against you. And then the bait he's using for Kobe and them is to have sex with virgin women, when it has nothing to do with actual virgin or women. It's to intermingle the serpent race with Eve, because Eve supposedly got deceived again. No, he didn't. Oh, no, he didn't. The one that's playing Eve on planet Earth, the biggest face, the biggest mouthpiece that's playing Eve, has played Kobe, has played Michael Jordan, has played the rest of the kings of the earth. 23bypass. Man, it's looking more and more like it's coming on up the February the 2 and the 3rd, the 23rd. Because it's 23 degrees. That's not the only reason. But with Rick Wiles' channel going down, True News, it's a pretty big channel. It had like over 100,000 subscribers. I did do a video about the 17th, the second month, the 17th day of the month, where the waters are going to be abated. For the next 10 days, it's YouTube strike shutdown. Do you guys remember that video? It's only a few days ago. The second month, the 17th day of the month, is the beginning of where the waters are abated, because Kleck is using a bait to reel in the serpent race, because the waters are going to be baited. A bait. It's a bait. It's a trap. It's a snare. On another note, so I did a 7-day fast. That's over. I already did that. It was over on Saturday. Last Saturday. I ate my meal. Me and my wife ate the breakfast, that burnt meal. And then I waited 24 hours to eat another meal. Then we went to the car show, me, my son, and my wife. Paid for 3 tickets. They were $14 each. I paid $42 for 3 tickets. We walked into the car show at 1:44 p.m. It's not by... We weren't doing it purposely. We were just going in. Other people would have done that purposely, but if I went in at 1:45 p.m., I wouldn't have said that my ticket was 1:45. I saved the ticket. Well, it's at home. Just either take my word for it or don't. What does it mean? It just means nothing. It means that I went in at 1:44 p.m. Then I had a window of eating from 11 to 7. Originally it was 11 to 6, but then the dinner took a little while to get done, so I ate it. So I gave an 8-hour window between 11 and 7. That was on Sunday. Then I went another 24 hours without eating. Now, there's people that already do that, and it's no big deal to you guys. And I respect you for being able to eat once a day, to control your eating habits, whether it's due to financial reasons, and that created the pattern of only eating once a day, and then you got used to it, and then you realize that's all you need anyway. I salute you. But I'm just learning, because I've always been a fat kid, and now I know why. I truly do. Sunday was from 11 to 7. I ate my dinner. And then Monday came around. I didn't eat until 6:30. But at 7 o'clock was the cutoff time. That was Monday. Then from Monday at 6, between 7 at the latest, 6 and 7. I didn't eat all of Tuesday. I waited until Wednesday. So I waited about 39 hours or so, 39, 40 hours, until I ate again. And I went to the diner at around 10:30-ish. Had my breakfast. It was a nice, delicious meal. And then I went to Thursday. From that point on, it's 24 hours. Yesterday, I could have ate at, lunch. I could have had another breakfast if I wanted to. But then I thought, I'll wait until dinner or whatever. I'll stretch it another 36 hours or so. Then I'm driving home and I'm like, wow, man. You know what? I'm not even hungry. I am not even hungry. And the thought of eating something was turning my stomach. I mean, that's literally how it was. Due to a 7-day fast and then spreading my time apart at least 24 hours from the last time I ate. Because it gives you time for your food to digest, for your stomach to shrink back down, and you still feel light after having a nice meal. It's so great to be able to do that and then stick with it. So last night I didn't eat anything. I'm like, whatever. So then this morning, this is the first time I ate something 6 in the morning, 6:30. My warm meal that before the 7-day fast, I would stop at Wawa every single morning and get this warm meal. And it's always satisfying. The sausage gravy, it's kind of like cream chip beef. It's a little bowl, it's not that much. Still, even if I get an egg omelet bowl, it's still not that much to eat. It doesn't truly fill you up, but it's good to eat if you're going to have a second meal of the day. And that's what I'm going to do today. So my window, I'm giving myself an 8-hour window today of eating. And then I'll stop for 24 hours till Saturday. And then there goes the 2 weeks of this the Robin diet. It's a Robin diet. My diet still includes sugar. It includes hard candy, chicken broth, which is a good thing. That's what I had, chicken broth yesterday. That held me over pretty nice, because it's basically it's as close to a meal as you're going to get with just strictly liquid. And then after that, I'll figure out what I want to do after that. But here's the key. You have to set your mind to the fact of, all right, at this time, I'm not eating anymore for the rest of the day. At that time, you have to do that, and then you stick with it. If you don't come into it with a plan, I know how it is. Well, try smoking, right? And just without a plan, and see if you don't eat anything and everything around you. You will. But if you set your mind to it, your mind, you have to be disciplined with it, and you have to stick with it and not cave in. And you just don't eat for that time period that you set your mind to not eat. So from 6:30 till 4:30. 2:30. Yeah. Right. So basically, when I have lunch, it's my last meal. So I'll have lunch, whatever time, and then I am sticking with my plan. I don't eat again until sometime tomorrow after lunch. And then when I get to tomorrow, sometime after lunch, maybe I'll prolong it. Maybe I'll just hop on another 7-day fast. I probably will, because when that 2-3 bypass happens and Daniel eats no pleasant bread for 3 whole weeks, I know it doesn't truly mean about food, but it means the word of God. There's no pleasant thing. You're not going to hear any damn truth on YouTube at all. Whoever's telling the truth on there, if there's anybody really left that does the videos and tells truth, I know there's a few on my channel, but you're not going to be listening to any pleasant talk. Nobody's going to be speaking loaves of bread of truth. You're just going to hear a bunch of crap. But the first 7-day fast and this last 7 days of spreading it out from at least a 24-hour period, sometimes 36, 40 hours in between, I have severed. I'm not just saying that I've severed it. I actually feel it. I've severed my old habits, and I created new patterns, new eating patterns, where I don't think about food day in and day out like I used to. It's not that important to me, and it feels damn good to be able to deny my own flesh, and then to see that my stomach is shrinking. It's the greatest thing, because I've always been a fat boy. I started out at 222, and the lowest I went down so far is 178. I didn't weigh myself all this week, because it's not about the weight this time. I did the weigh-in with the 7-day fast and got down to 178, under 180, which was my goal weight, to see where I'm at. And then I seen I still need to lose about 15 pounds to be completely tight with low body fat. My weight should be at 165. So in the next 7-day fast, maybe even a 2-week fast, maybe the 3-week fast. Now I think a week fast will get me down there, and then once I'm at that weight, then I'm going to need to maintain my weight. And I can see that eating once a week, every 24 hours at least, will absolutely, you will maintain your weight. If not, I might gain a couple pounds, maybe 3 tops. I might be up to 181 right now. I feel maybe I might be, as I just ate this morning. But I'm okay with that because it's about the control of the food. Because I can even do better next time. I can even eat a little bit less when I do eat. And I have eaten a little bit faster. I've tried to slow down a little bit because, you know, once you finally get that meal, it's, you know, slow down. Especially when my kid cooked a steak dinner and some broccoli and some cheddar rice. That's when I ate that meal. Oh, here's the trick. Here is what it is. When you do the 7-day intermediate, 24-hour in between, or even when you do the meal, let's say you eat in the morning, and then you decide, all right, I'm not going to eat till the next day, or I'm sorry, you eat at night, you eat your dinner, and then you decide, all right, I'm not going to eat all of next day because I want to eat a breakfast, so I'm going to go about 40 hours without eating. That's when you treat yourself to a nice meal because you've exceeded the 24-hour period, and it's a reward for you. So when you don't eat that entire day, I mean, soon we're not going to be able to do this, like go to the diner and sit down and eat, but when in the meanwhile, while you have the chance, it's a way of rewarding yourself for keeping yourself from eating for that time period. It's those little rewards that keeps you going with the desire to stay in that mindset of not eating more than 24 hours after you had your last meal. And having a window from the time that you did eat the dinner between 6 and 7, and then you go 24 hours, and you only have 1 hour in between. Now, don't pig out throughout that entire hour, because that you can make a mistake by doing that. But you can have a nice sized meal, and it's rewarding. And if you have a nice sized meal at that time, well, then do it again. Do another 20, do another day and a half. If you eat a big meal, do another day and a half. If you eat a slight meal, it's okay for 24 hours. So far, that's